ज्योति स्टेनो टाइपिंग कॉलेज में आप सभी का स्वागत है बच्चों। ये इंग्लिश 100 WPM डिक्टेशन क्लास है। जिन बच्चों का किसी भी डिपार्टमेंट का जो है इंग्लिश का 100 WPM का टेस्ट है तो ये डिक्टेशन उनके लिए दी बेस्ट है। इनको पहले जैसे मेरे साथ लिखिए, लिखने के बाद हमारी जो वेबसाइट है jyoti-stenotypingcollege.com, इस वेबसाइट पर जाकर के इसको आप टाइप कर सकते हैं और इसका आप मंथली सब्सक्रिप्शन ले सकते हैं मात्र 500 रुपये महीने में। इसमें आपको जैसे 80 वाली भी मिल जाएंगी, 100 वाली मिल जाएंगी, प्रीवियस भी मिल जाएंगी। और ये पढ़ने जा रहा हूँ मैं 100 WPM डिक्टेशन नंबर 28, तो यानी कि वहाँ पर जाकर के 28 पे ही जाकर टाइप करना है इसको। डिक्टेशन स्टार्ट आफ्टर 5 सेकेंड। Sir, while supporting this bill, I would like to make a few observations regarding the complete collapse of railway administration, some activities of the trade unions in our country, and the difficulties which the general public are facing today because of practically no communication between the places. Sir, recently, in the past few months, it has become a practice of certain sections of employees in the public as well as private sector, either in airlines or in the railways, to hold the general public to ransom by giving a wildcat strike and adopting such other go-slow tactics. Nowhere in any civilized country this is being allowed. You see, if there should be trade union activities, the same should be in a proper and democratic manner. We should not allow more than one union in any unit or section. I have been emphasizing the point every time I rise to speak. If there is one union in a particular unit or a particular section of railways, then it is much easier to have a bargain by a bipartite talk between the administration of the union, and once they enter into a contract, it should be valid for 2 or 3 years, so that during that period the public would know that there will be no disruption of services. But we find that a very dismal picture is there. They simply paralyze the whole thing either by trade unions or by giving go slow or by adopting some other tactics. In this regard, we find that the activities of some of our trade union leaders like just waiting behind the scenes. As soon as a piece of meat is thrown, they will come down. Everybody is trying to beat the other so as to get more benefit without any concern about the reaction which will be there to the public or to the national interest. In any country, if there would be any strike or if there would be any negotiation going on, then there must be some notice so that the public are aware that such negotiations are going on for 5 or 6 or 10 days. And after the negotiations, there must be a proper strike notice to be given, of which the public must be aware. For example, there was a bound the other day in Bombay. Then the people will not go out. Similarly, if we know that something is going to take place on such and such date, or closure is going to take place on such and such date, then the public will make their arrangements to go in advance or go a little later. It will at least give a relief. That is the time. I am not talking of the tourists when our own boys, Indian boys who live abroad, come home because they can get concessions for air travel. They come with their families to India, and because of this, our government earns a considerable amount of foreign exchange. Sir, the railways have recently taken a good decision to establish a special cell in the ministry. We do not want what exactly is the scope of the cell. My suggestion is that if the railway ministry wants that cell to work effectively, then I would like to make 3 or 4 concrete suggestions. You must appoint a man, a committed executive. You speak about committed judiciary. You may require committed judiciary, but we equally want committed executives also. But unfortunately, in this country, the caste prejudice operates even at government level. That is very unfortunate of this country. Even those who are enlightened, even those who are broad-minded, even one of the reasons why, despite all these rules and regulations, directives, instructions, and advice, the scheduled caste people are not getting their due share in the services because of the caste prejudice, and therefore I submit that unless a committed executive is appointed to man this cell, it will not be able to deliver the goods. My second suggestion is that I do not know what powers and functions are entrusted to the cell that we should try to appoint a member belonging to the scheduled caste or tribe so that this community may not have the grievance that their legitimate claims are being ignored. My third suggestion is that the cell must be given the powers to act independently in all cases which are referred to it against zonal or divisional management against which the employees have represented that they have not been given promotion or they have some grievance. The cell must be competent to take independent decisions. Then only if will be able to do justice. Therefore, my suggestion is that the cell should be made more powerful and should be entrusted with a sort of semi-judicial authority. Whatever decision the cell takes must be binding on all railways. The immediate work which the cell can undertake is to look into the grievances about promotions. Sir, I have been receiving a large number of representations and I have referred so many representations to the railway ministry and they are mostly concerned with the right for promotions. Their grievance is that despite the directives that reservations should also be provided in promotions in the first place, they do not provide any reservation, and secondly, even if reservation are provided, the candidates belonging to the scheduled caste or scheduled tribes are not appointed and they are just told that they are not fit to be appointed on the ground that they are not up to the mark. Therefore, all those cases wherein scheduled castes and scheduled tribes people could not be appointed in the reserved quota should be examined, and if this work is undertaken, I think their major grievance about promotions could be attended to. We are told that there is a dearth of men in this country which nobody would believe. ये भी जो स्पीड रही, ये स्पीड थोड़ी सी इस पिछली वाले से कम है, ये लगभग 110 के आसपास थी। वेबसाइट पे इसको लगा दिया गया है, वहाँ पर डिक्टेशन नंबर 28 है। वेबसाइट मैंने आपको बता दिया, ज्योति stenotypingcollege.com। इस पर आप जाइए, यूज़र लॉगिन, जैसे ये आपके लैपटॉप या कंप्यूटर में ही खुलेगा, ये एक मोबाइल से नहीं खुलेगी ये वेबसाइट, क्योंकि मोबाइल से ना इस पर टाइप कर पाओगे आप। तो वहाँ से जैसे आप जा करके यूज़र लॉगिन पर क्लिक करेंगे, एडमिशन फॉर गवर्नमेंट जॉब ओनली का बटन होगा, उस पर क्लिक कीजिए। रजिस्ट्रेशन करने के बाद स्टेनो कोर्स के अंदर जनरल डिक्टेशन ले लीजिए और वहाँ पर ये मंथली अवेलेबल है। और वहाँ पर क्या कहते हैं, ये ट्रांसक्रिप्शन सॉफ्टवेयर है जहाँ पर आप ये टाइप कर सकते हैं, 80 वाली भी कर सकते हैं, 100 वाली भी कर सकते हैं। जो टाइपिंग के सॉफ्टवेयर से इसके अलावा वो भी उसमें अवेलेबल है टाइपिंग स्पीड बढ़ाने के लिए इस क्लास के अंदर। इतने बच्चों, नमस्कार बच्चों।